tell us about the panel and purpose-driven brands and what's going on and why that's important now.
Well, I think it was fascinating actually to talk about the subject because it's something which seems very topical. Everyone's talking about it right now, and there's studies coming out from everywhere about how important it is to have a purpose. And I think a lot of it is driven by changes in consumer attitudes. There was a big discussion about the importance of social media, the emergence of the millennial employee as a big driver of it. People won't go and work for you nowadays unless you can give them a good story about what your purpose is, what your business is about. And of course, ultimately this comes down to why companies exist, why they're around, and why you should buy from them or work from them. Fascinating subject.
So tell us sort of what you guys are seeing and also a little bit about how Interbrand actually helps brands.
Interbrands quite an interesting eclectic mix of people. I think we're genuinely sort of 50-50. Half of the company is like a management consultancy full of strategists, consultants, analysts, people like that. And the other half of the company is a design business with everything from 2D to 3D to retail, so you name it, which makes it a very exciting place to work, frankly, probably why I've been so around for so long. But I've seen the nature of what we do with our clients change quite significantly over particularly the last 10 years. So whereas when I joined maybe 20 years ago, a lot of what we did was corporate identity and research and stuff like that. Nowadays, we're engaged in very deep programs effectively around business transformation. And we talk about ourselves as we grow brands and businesses. And you have to understand how those two things interact. The business is there obviously to generate income or profits on behalf of the shareholders. The brand is there as a way for people to understand who you are and what you're about. So purpose fits very clearly into the world of branding. Who am I? What do I stand for? Why should I buy you? Why should I work for you? Are some of the big questions that we get. And then creating experiences for people which enable them to get that expectation delivered. What would I expect from company X? And how should it come to life through environments, through culture, products and services, pretty much everything a company does.
So you guys have a new study coming out with the New York Stock Exchange, Facebook. Tell us about what you hope to find out.
Well, every year we produce something called Best Global Brands, which is, we know, the third most looked at sort of ranking of companies. We do it on the value of a brand. And one of the things that we've been looking at is obviously the rise of what we're calling breakthrough brands. These companies that have changed the way we live our lives. And the breakthrough brands of 10 years ago, 15 years ago, were companies like Facebook, Amazon, Google, companies like that. Nowadays, we're all talking about companies like Uber and the like, and what we're looking for is who's going to be next, and more importantly, actually, what can we learn from these fast growth businesses? Growth is something which is on the top of every CEO's mind. How do I grow? Growth, of course, in itself has many, many different facets. But maybe there's something we can learn from these smart new businesses who work, behave, and interact with their customers in a very different way.
And when will that be coming out?
Well, we're in the process of, so this year, what we're going to do is that we're actually preparing kind of like a white paper, a report. What can we learn from businesses? We're going through the process of trying to select some of the companies that we might look at. Next year it'll be a much bigger report, more science involved. But what we want to do is learn from ourselves, but more to the point, to help big companies learn from small companies, and maybe even smaller companies learn from those who've actually managed to break through and capture the attention of customers around the world.